Well, Premier is just doing what it did. You can buy and sell what we do on a daily basis, and
For sure.
that's just what we're doing. We're trying to. Our main goal is to really put out, great professionals into this industry so that it stays a great industry. We don't want to water it down, or we want to gain the respect of many others along in all different industries. From lawyers, doctors, anything. I want them to look at us and say that, okay, those guys are professional as well. But in order for that to happen, we have to teach that professionalism to them. Right? It's not just about the great haircut. Which that's going to come throughout time. But can you teach somebody to be professional and welcoming? Um, and that's what we preach, and that's kind of our culture to give back to our barbering culture is professionals. You don't got to wear a suit and stuff like
Sure.
that, but just professionals. Some people look at us barbers and they be like, "Oh, it's just a barber, it's just a barber," and we don't like that. It's not just a barber. It's a very important person in the
Hmm.
community. And we got to teach that. We gotta let our guys know and kind of push out that product all over the world and all over the states, everywhere. It's just that we want to be professional and not just great barbers. We want to be professionals as well.
Absolutely. And once again, Idemar, thanks so much for your time. And also, thank you for your service. I know you
Yes,
are
sir.
a veteran. We appreciate
Yeah.
that. From veteran to veteran, I appreciate you a ton.
Thank you.
Tell us, man, like what got you into barbering? Because I know you are, I'm just admired by the staff at Premier Barber Institute. You guys run a very tight ship. No one's blinking, no one's moving unless you say so. So,
Right.
like, as far as tell tell the fans what got you into barbering, and also how did you get involved in being an instructor?
So, how it all started was I joined in the Marine Corps from 2007 to about 2015. I got out the summer of
Mhm.
2015. I was boxing. I was a pro boxer. That was my passion. That was my heart. Before that, I was an amateur boxer in DC. That's where my last duty station in the Pentagon area. So after I got out, I fought professionally. And then in the meantime, with the benefits I have, and then glad I found Premier Barber Institute. I always wanted to be a barbershop owner. One of my greatest childhood memories was when I used to go to the barbershop. Like, those guys always used to crack jokes, and you know,
Okay.
I learned more about sports in the barbershop than I did watching sports. Like,
Oh, yo, we had some experts in every barbershop in every category.
yeah, yeah, like these guys knew it all from where that person went to
Yeah.
college to everything. And I just love the atmosphere. And I'm like, man, I want to do that. So, I went to Premier Barber Institute because I believe that I should learn about the industry prior to me opening a barber shop or things like that. So I'm like, well, let me go to Premier Barber Institute. And I just actually fell in love with cutting hair. It was just like, man, I love this. This is fun. This is great. Like, I love making, people feel great. Just from a haircut and a conversation, you can change someone's life. So
Sure.
it became a passion. And then even in the beginning, the school owner, Tyrik Jackson, I told him, I'll be back. This will be mine one day. And he'd be like, okay. He said, I believe you. We'll see it. He said, we're going to wait to see it. So um, I said, I got to go back and teach because the way that I was impacted, there's someone else in this world that needs that too. And I wanted to be an instructor for that reason, to impact someone.
That's dope, man. Yeah, I will say this, man. I was embedded in your camp for about 4 months when I was shooting the Tyrik Jackson
Documentary.
documentary, which is coming July 4th. It's going to be dope. In fact, you make a lot of appearances in there. Just to give you spoiler alert,
Okay, okay.
just to give you heads up. But the thing I like most is, and I've been all around the world. I've been to lots of barbershops, barber schools, and the things that I like is every time you guys open up your mouth, the students are hanging on to every word. That just shows how influential the trust that you build with them. And then I know in the beginning it's like a fight, and everyone's
Yeah,
trying to like jock for position and find out what they could get away
yeah.
with. But to see, I forgot the guy's name, the guy with the box braids from Chicago. He just graduated, right? What's his name? The one that always talking crap
Yeah, yeah,
about
yeah.
basketball and
Yeah, yeah.
stuff.
That's
I
Russell.
forgot
That's
his name.
Russell.
Yeah, but Russell, from where he was from when I met him
Uh-huh.
to where he is now, it's not even the same
Right.
person. And it's like, tell me about how those processes are, and when do you start to see the buy-in from the student once the light clicks on and they're like, oh, I see what's
Yep.
up.
Yep. You know, I compare, although I am a father, you kind of compare it to raising children, right? You start them off day one. I got my little tricks and some of my little things that I do to try to learn their personalities, learn their learning
Hmm.
styles, so that I can better suit them throughout the journey. But when it really starts to feel great is when they build that confidence and when they feel like they can attack things that they were scared of 3 months ago, they go right into it with no problem. They're just like, oh yeah, I got this with no problem. I might need a little bit of assistance, but I have no problem attacking this haircut, attacking this hairstyle, attacking this task. And when you see that change in their mentality, that's when you know that, hey, you got it. You're ready. You're 100% ready. It's that confidence.
For sure, man. To go back in the time machine, tell us a little bit about how the pandemic impacted the barber school game, and how was the students' vibe was, because everyone was just in such a like posture, like we really didn't know what to
Yeah,
expect, how barber was going to look on the other side of that. You had people that was starting class, they just started class and then the pandemic
yeah.
happened, right? And you had those that was coming out of school
The
into
barbershop.
no job.
Yeah,
So
that was
so
rough.
tell us a little bit about your experience, and tell us some of the things that some of the students have experienced, please.
Yep. So I remember when it happened, that day in March. I believe it was a Friday when we first started it. The pandemic happened. We got the phone call. Hey, no school. We're gonna go virtual. We gave all the students how to, and we got on Join Me. Sometimes we got on Zoom, and we made it
Hmm.
work for 3 months. It was tough, trying to keep them engaged because they want the hands on. And they want that hands on. They want that hands on. They want to be like, hey, I need you here with me when I'm doing this haircut. So we're just on Zoom, and then I'm watching them do some of the haircuts with the mannequin and some of the shear cutting and some of the perm rods and working on their shaves. And then I'm pointing it out as I'm watching all of them. It was an adjustment. It was an adjustment. I believe it worked pretty well. It took a couple weeks though, believe it or not, to really like get into that rhythm of how can we make this work?
Get it dialed
Yeah,
in.
how can we
Yeah,
make this
yeah.
work like we make the everyday in person work? So it was rough. It was rough. It was rough for myself. I know it was rough for the students because they were so used to being there all the time. But I believe it worked out. I believe it worked out.
So, like, in regards to when everyone came back, how was that feeling? Like, was it of joy? Was it of like, oh man, we made it through?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what was the impact from the barber instructors and the
It was
students?
great. It was. Oh my God! When I was gonna send them, I was sending them the message that hey, we're coming back. So excited. Because it was just like, hey, we're back. It's over. We'll see all you guys on Monday or whatever day it was in June that we got back. And then, the city dropped some of the mandates and we were able to come back and do things like that. It was great. The students were excited. And then we had to do 3 months of catching up within a 2, 3 week span. So it was really busy.
Wow.
It was really, really busy. And, we told the students, hey, ain't no sitting down. We got to work. All right, we got to work for these next month or so because we got to catch you up to some of the things that I wasn't able to work with on you that I still want to. I made the adjustments. The students were they were busy. Some of them were, oh my God, we're working 24/7 nonstop. Hey, we need it. Here
Yeah,
and
for
there we give
sure.
them a 15-minute break. I get it. I get it. I truly understand. I was a student at Premier Barber Institute myself, and when you work for an hour straight, 2 hours straight, sometimes you need that 3 minute to sit down and kind of process. I get it. But I told them, ain't none of that for the next month. We got to catch up. So they reacted well.
That's
They
awesome.
reacted well to it. They worked their butts off, and we made it work. Made it work.
That's what's up. Hey, so in regards to you joining the Marines and being in the Marines, how has that made you a better instructor and or barber today?
Whew, as an instructor, I'll start with that one. It did a lot for me. The discipline, the cadence, the just being on time and the requirements. When I was in the Marine Corps, um, once you pick up rank, you kind of get more responsibilities, as you know.
Hmm.
So when I was in E5, I did some of the annual training to the younger Marines, and it me being in front of 100 Marines, teaching them how to be safe for the summer, or telling them to wear their seatbelts and not to drink and drive, prepare me to be in front of other students, or prepare me to be at the school and do the same thing, but on a different scale. But it's really just kind of trying to instill in that format. Like, hey, this is how we do things. When you're in the military, there's a how to, and if you don't do it that way, then they're gonna make you do it that way, and they're gonna keep going until you do it that way. So
For
that's what
sure.
that's what helped me out a whole lot. I'm not a drill instructor. I don't yell and I don't make them do push-ups, but um, I try to instill that discipline. Hey, why we do some of these things, it's for that discipline. It's for your ergonomics. How can I keep you doing the correct posture so that you don't get tired quickly, and then you'll have longevity in this game. So being in the Marine Corps got me prepared for that a whole lot.
That's what's up, man. In regards to, I know we talked a lot about you being like a a barbershop instructor, but now as your as a barber instructor, excuse me. eh, when are you going to make that transition to your dream of owning your own shop? Is there like a timetable? Is it somewhere where you're giving yourself a timeline before you make that leap of faith?
Yeah. So I had a timeline. My goal was when the pandemic happened. But it's all right. I mean, it's. I got my business plan written down from front to
Hmm.
back. It's ready. So my aim is either this fall or next spring is my aim to go ahead and open up the shop. I was talking to Tyrik and I was like, hey man, like I just feel like I don't have the time, because he asked me the same question, and he was like, you have more time than you think you do. And I was like, okay. I thought about that and I was like, yeah, you're right. I have more time than I think I do. Although I'm really busy, I got time to do certain things, because when I open up my shop, I want to be there all the time. I got to raise it. I got to raise that shop to get to where it needs to be, so that I can not be there every single day, because professionalism is going to be my strength suit. I want moms, dads, grandmas, grandpops to come in there and feel comfortable. And I have to set
Sure.
that culture within my shop. So it's coming soon. The shop is coming soon.
That's what's up. I asked that question because I see so many of your alum coming out of school, and they're like they're doing all these things, right? So I know you're very strategic,
Yeah,
like most people in the military are.
yeah,
So there's something that's going to be coming where everyone's going to be like, game over.
right,
It's happening.
right,
It's going down. So that's
right.
great. Tell us about the barber show. I see you partner up with Real Barber Shop.
Yep.
That's going to be June. That's July
July
10th,
10th.
correct?
July 10th. Yep. So
July 10th.
Yep. So, Real Luis, he's a great friend of mine. Used to be my barber when I was stationed in the DC area, and
Oh, really? That's
yep,
awesome.
yep, used to be my barber. Before I was a barber, he was my barber, and then we had a conversation in May, early May. He's like, "Hey, brother, like, would you like to come down to the shop and teach a class one day?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'd love to. Like, sure, why not?" And then we had more conversation. Like, hey, let's turn it to an event. He's like, all right, what are you thinking? So
Hmm.
we just kind of planned it from the beginning all the way to what it is, and now it's just set in motion. We got July 10th, 2022, the Burtonsville, Maryland Barber Expo. We want everybody in the DMV area to come on out. It's a small expo, but it's the first one in the area, and we want to pack the house, and we want to really get back to how barbering should be. Shows are back, so why not start one in that area? DMV is a great place. It has some great barbers, so I would love to get them all in there together, and just network and just make an event.
For sure. Y'all heard it. Idemar is going to come find you if you're not in the house July
You
10th.
know it. You know
He
it.
said it. Yo, so what tell for those who haven't been to a barber show or don't understand what the expectations is, can you tell them what to expect so that way everyone could understand how impactful, how great it is to have
Yeah.
all of those resources in that
Yeah.
building, giving you direct feedback and also chopping it up. Go ahead and tell us a little bit
Yeah.
about that.
So for those that just haven't been or maybe don't get it, it's a great place for you to network and learn and just see others that have been in the game for years doing their thing. Um, and it could be one little thing that they do while they're cutting someone's hair that might make something that you do better. And it's just you observing it, just all visual. It could be audio as well. They could say a sentence that might make you, that might make that light bulb go off and get you to, oh, okay, that makes so much sense. I'm glad I came to this show. It's about learning. It's about being within your industry. It's about connecting with other barbers and stylists, and a one-stop shop where you got a lot of vendors and you can actually buy some things without you having to wait for shipping and stuff like that. You just go right on the spot and buy it. Shows are great. Barber expos, barber shows, trade shows are great. It's a lot to learn from. It's a lot to see. It's a lot to just be a part of. I encourage everyone, as many as you can go to in the calendar year, you should try your hardest to be there, because it's just a place to be. If you care about your profession, if you care about your craft, that is somewhere that you should be.
Yeah, that's what's up. We appreciate that. Once again, as a reminder, the Burtonsville Barber Expo is going to be live and direct July 10th. Go to Eventbrite. Check them out on IG at, I believe it's Barber, Real Barber
Yep,
Shop. And also, you could go to Idemar as
yep.
well. Is Idemar
Cordero. Yep,
Cordero, and you can check them out. Click on a link as well. Let's pack the house. Let's show people what this barber coach is all about. First annual, so let's set a real high bar and let's break that bar every
yes,
time.
sir.
So let's show up and show out and do what we have to do. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes.
So, question, bro. Tell me, from your barber experience, I'm very curious to know, like I always ask all of my guests as barbers, tell us about your first haircut that you put down. Don't be shy. Let's hear how awesome it was.
Nah, I won't be shy. I remember my first haircut. I remember my first one at the school, and I remember my first one at the shop. Um, First one at the school, and this is back in 2016. Um, it was a woman, older woman, and she wanted a 90-degree haircut with shears. And then Tyrik was like, "Hey, you got this," and I was like, "Huh? You crazy?" I was like, "You've been doing it on mannequin for 3, 4 months." I said, "Yeah, but that's a human. Like they care." It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. She actually liked it. She liked how her hair looked. But man, I was nervous. I was nervous. Um, first one at the shop. First one at the shop was kind of an easy one. I was just nervous because now it's just like, hey, this person's paying you and they're expecting a certain thing. You're like, man, what if they don't like
Hmm.
it? Or what if, but actually it turned out pretty good. It wasn't bad. Um, I was really well prepared for the barbershop. That's something that I can truly attest to. I was really well prepared. My confidence was really high coming out of school. So I didn't have no worries on completing the haircut. It was just those nerves that you got to kind of fight through with experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what's up, man. That's an excellent story. Cool, man. Well, hey, great. I'm looking forward to the show. I hope everyone out there as
Yes,
well.
sir.
You're doing great things with Premier Barber Institute. Tell us a little bit about the relationship that you have with Tyreek and him being such the massive force that he is today, and how that relationship is in that professional
Yeah.
setting, and even personally, if you want to share a
Yeah.
story or two.
We have a great business and personal relationship. We talk about a lot of different things. I take a lot of advice and just his words. I take them for what they are, and I implement every single day what they are. I believe that Tyreek has really like um, I feel like he kind of tabbed me to be like that next, you know, top guy and really take the school to another level so that he can
Hmm.
transition his way out. He never said the words, but I just kind of see the confidence that he
You can
has.
feel it.
I can feel the
Yeah.
confidence that he has in me,
Yeah.
and I use that as fuel every single day. Is okay, how can we get this better and keep it consistent? And a lot of the things that push me to do that are his words, especially when it's live every Tuesday. He gives great advice on personal life, business life, anything. Every single Tuesday at 9:30 on his IG. Um, but I get the behind the scenes of that. I get the one-on-one chit chats all the time, and it just really took me to the level that I'm at. I truly believe it, and there's still more levels to come. But I got to turn that corner. He tells me all the time that it looks like I've just turned a certain corner as an educator, and I believe them, and I just be like, hey man, I'm just doing my thing with my heart. It's all passion. But he just sees me turning that corner and going from a good educator to a great educator, and that's really all I want is just to, for those that believed in me to feel confident and still continue to believe in me and enjoy the fruits of the labor of all the work and hard work they instilled in me. And that's kind of where he and I stand. Like, we just really, really good relationship. No issues at all, truly. Every time we talk is something on how we can be better, or how we can make the school better, or how we are doing things that continue the school to progress and get better. So it's always great. It's always great to have him around, truly.
That's dope. What is one thing that you would like to change in the barber game right now? There is so much stuff out there that it seems like when the pandemic hit, everything was leveled, just demolished, and everyone's
Yeah.
trying to build themselves back up, build their brand up. What is one thing that you would want to change moving forward? Now, since we're all back in the saddle and we're pushing forward, is there something that you would change, or just feedback or advice to those that are in the game right now or trying to get into the game right
The only thing I would change, if there is I love what barbers do on a day-to-day basis. I just want every barber that may not be licensed to go for that. Is something that I would like. You know, you got people in Capitol Hill that never cut hair before, and they want to deregulate our industry, and they don't know what it took for us to become those licensed professionals that we are. But the more of us that take their license exams, get licensed, pay taxes, the less they have to say. So I just try to encourage everybody out there, go get your license, man. It's not gonna hurt, it's not gonna kill you. Especially in the state of Pennsylvania, it's like $150 to go get your license. It's not even a day worth of work for some of these guys. It's go get your license, be official, be official. We get our in Pennsylvania, we get our license from the same place that nurses and doctors do, right? Our licenses look the same, right? They're pink and blue. The only difference is the title of the license is different. One might say physician, other one might say nurse, ours says barber. But from a distance, all three licenses look identical, right? And I want people in our state and every other state is that we are important. You are important. So go out there and get those licenses. That's truly something that I would change, and that's what I encourage in school every day. I mean, our guys have no choice. You come here, you graduate, you better go get your license. That's a bottom line. And we're gonna do
now?
everything we
Gotcha.
can. And every person that said, "Man, that was the easiest thing I ever did," because of how well we prepare them. So that's my message to these guys out here: is go get licensed. Just get that license. Have that official document with your name on it. It feels great. It truly does.
That's what's up. That is an awesome note to end on. Once again, Idemar, thanks so much for your time. About the show July 10th, the Burtonsville Barber Expo. Go to Eventbrite, check out his IG, go to the real
Barbershop.
barbershop, not the
Yeah,
real, real barbershop. Check them out, everyone. We have to pack the house.
July
Let's do
10th.
it for the
July
culture. Let's
10th.
do it for the education piece. Outside of that, bro, I haven't seen you in a minute. Well, I saw you at CT. You was
Yeah,
at
yeah, yeah. I
CT,
saw you at CT.
right? I'm like, wait a minute, I just saw you a
I saw you
couple.
briefly at
I thought it was.
CT, and we were kind of passing. I saw you at CT.
Oh, it's crazy, man. Shouts out to Jay Majors as well for an awesome
Awesome
event.
event.
It
Great
was
event.
good just to see all of those superstars. And once again, Burtonsville, this is the first show, so we could make it as big as we want it to be, but it takes us to dictate what that
Sure
looks like. So
does.
let's make sure that we give it our best efforts. If we could go to the club, then we could go to the
We
show.
sure
That's how we're
can.
gonna do
We sure can. And it's
it.
much cheaper to go to a show. Much cheaper to go to a spa.
It's much cheaper.
Much cheaper.
Absolutely. All right, brother. Well, salute, bro. Thanks
Yes,
so much
sir.
for your time, man. And we look forward to chopping it up July 10th, everybody. Don't forget, put it on your calendars, everyone. This is Mario from Barber View TV with Idemar. Peace
All right,
out.
y'all.